Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to do two things: build a model kit and hang out with you. I'm throwing the Baer Cave, the Lego, the site, the moat in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can throw those back to me, just like Jam did. Hi, Jam. Welcome. Yeah, not too many last perks here, not too many folks here at the moment. Hopefully, a few more decide to join us tonight. Thursday's usually pretty good, pretty jam packed with folks, but not always. Reminder, hey, you don't have to be a subscriber. You don't even have to watch this live. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, hello. Arista fans here. Look, we got a good crew. I just would like more people to be there. I know that last night was a bit of a tease in my bonus stream, like, I'm going to play a video game. The stream was like 45 minutes long. Mr. Bob is here. Hi, Mr. Bob. Welcome. We got a stellar crew here. I didn't stream for too long last night because we hit our objective. And I also wasn't feeling great. I have been doing my damnedest to be mentally present and available and emotionally present and emotionally available. And some days are good and some days are not good. And yesterday I was just like, I just wasn't feeling it. But I wanted to accomplish the goal. I wanted to stream. Um, uh, I'm not against the idea of canceling a stream once I announce I'm going to do it. I've done that before. It's very rare, but I have done that. But also, I did feel a little like, well, I accomplished the thing I wanted to do. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it, and I did it. Now what? And I got a little bit of paralysis there. So I decided that I was going to just cut my losses last night. It was a short stream. We did accomplish our goal, which is I got the milk in Pac-Man 2 and brought the milk home to feed Pac Baby. Pac-Man 2 is a bad video game and you shouldn't play it. That's your recommendation from one Pat Baer. But it did get me thinking. It did get me thinking about the idea of what do I want to do with my bonus streams, my Wednesday streams? And I do think that I want to mix up some stuff. So next week won't be game related. Hi, Dude Wants His Rug. Welcome. Next week will be some sort of video show. And my goal is to have guests, and that isn't always easy. One is because it seems like Wednesday night is not great for guests. And two, people are just not a lot of people are in a great space. There are plenty of folks that I know who are fantastic performers, but they're performing for their jobs or in their own time in their own projects, and just it's hard to want to be a guest. And there are other people that are just being invited to do a thing. They're just oh. And I get that and I respect that. So next week, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do, but it will involve people and it'll be fun. And then June the 3rd, I don't know what's going to happen on June the 3rd. I mean, I do know. I won't be streaming June the 3rd. I will be on someone's stream, and that's going to be exciting. And I don't know what to do that week. I don't know if I'm going to do a bonus stream on the 2nd. Tuesday bonus streams don't seem to do particularly great, so I might not do that. I might try to an afternoon stream one of these days to see what's up. I don't know. I got thoughts. I got plans. They're all tentative. I hope you're doing well out there. I will be leaning on you a little bit, chat, tonight. I'm going to hit the old message out there, letting people know that we're streaming and going. That we're gonna work on this kit, because I don't really know what I want to chat about tonight. We are working on a very cool kit. This is an SD kit that stands for Super Deformed, which is not a great title, but basically it's a chibi. We're working on the Valkylander, which just looks like a guy wearing armor and then turns into a dragon. Guy, girl, whatever. We're a friend, wearing armor. Got big old anime eyes. Got a big, cool dragon helmet thing. And it's a cool... Whoops. Oh no. There we go. Great. It's coming. I have to... my lamp here is where the bulb screws into it is kind of loose right now, and so sometimes if I hit the stand, it will jiggle and not work, which is not good. I'm replacing it because it's time to replace it. Anyway, let's get some of this connected here. Been playing any games for fun lately, Asterisk fan? So the two games that I've been playing Arcade Spirits on my own time. I like Arcade Spirits a lot. I do recommend it. We did play it on stream. We did have that Tuesday night last week where it didn't quite go great. But I've been playing that just on my own, and I really enjoy it. Been having a lot of fun with that game. And then it's just been Hearthstone, um, and which I haven't played today, so that means I got a quest to do. Today was kind of busy. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of Hearthstone, and that's really been it. It's not a good match 3 game, so don't get. I mean, you can try it because it's free. It's free with microtransactions. I'm still playing One Piece Bon, which is a match 3 game, and it's not a good match 3 game, but it's just not bad enough that I've been playing it a bunch. So our helmet here has a cool visor that folds up, and what's neat about this is that's where it lives. It folds up and stays there, so you don't have to like find it and then put it on when you want to put that on. It just there's enough room for it to live there. You just have to take the head out and then pull it down and then put the head back on. And again, we do have the eyes here, and then we have the kind of like, I don't know, vision thing. But yeah, so those are kind of the only games I've really been playing. Haven't been picking up anything kind of for fun. There's nothing that really enticed me at the moment. So I kind of just been going to my old standards. But Arcade Spirits is good. I'm on my second playthrough, my alt playthrough. It continues to be odd to hear the voices of people I know. That is a strange thing. When Graham Stark's voice appears in that game, it catches me off guard. And I'm just like, oh, that's right. It's Graham. Oh, it's Graham and Jacob. Okay. But overall, it is enjoyable, and I have a good time doing it. Let's keep right on the head. I hope a few more folks decide to join us tonight. If not, I understand. It happens, but I am hoping a few more folks decide to pop in because the more the merrier. And Thursdays are usually pretty good, you know. But also, I understand that sometimes people end up with things they gotta do, and they want to do those things. They got other streams to watch or whatever. Hello, John Robert. What's up? Happy to have you here in the chat as always. Working on a fun little friend here. It's got a good vibe to it. Happy streaming indeed. Yeah. So I'm excited to work on this. It does have, you know, I like this the build. It does transform into a dragon, and that is fun and cool. And I'm all about that. The SD kits are, yes. So this is John Robert. This is in the world of Gundam. It is labeled as an SD or chibi. They are anthropomorphized to be more human-like. In some universes, now I don't know a lot about this kit particularly, but it is called the Valkylander. And the Valkylander has a dragon fusion mode, which just means that there are parts that he adds on like armor. They add on like armor. And then it has a gun dragon mode, which is just a dragon, but they call it a gun dragon because of Gundam. Now, there are Gundam series out there where the Gundams have personalities. There was a pretty recent one, which was it was also Romance of the Three Kingdoms storyline. So there was like a Lu Bu Gundam, and that's just a weird thing. But it's also fully computer generated, and I did not like the look of it. That Gundam had a beard, and it's just a weird thing. That Gundam had a beard. I do like that stuff, but it is a strange thing to think about sometimes. Nice thing about doing an SD kit, as I mentioned, is they're pretty straightforward. Look, are there a lot of stickers? Yeah, there are a lot of stickers. We use some of them already, and there's still plenty more. And are stickers shortcuts for detail? Yeah, they are. But that doesn't mean that they can't have fun putting the stuff together. I still think that they're a fun little kit. And also, generally, these kits are fairly inexpensive. So that is nice if you are on a budget and you still want to build model kits. Um, I did look at a bunch of the Gundams that are coming out for pre-order for Bandai. I did not did not pre-order anything because I do have two kits coming via pre-order anyway, and I don't know. I'd rather just spend my money on stuff that I can just get. Well, say hello, Crystal. Hi. Happy to have you around as well. Hello, hello, hello. Um, but yeah, basically, um, the overall goal with all of this is what's happening here. Sorry. Okay. It was an email from my bank, and I was like, "What?" And it was just like, "Your statement is available." And I'm like, "Cool. That's not. I get it. Every email feels like doom." I will say my bank stopped doing alert before at the start of your email, which is like I do not. Uh, I have you on speaker in our condo. She smiled and waved. Nice, nice, nice. Um, Lastbrook said was talking about these new kits that are coming out. There's some weird kits in this time. I do not care for the ball with legs. See, I like the ball. I think the ball is such a weird, fun thing, and the idea. They already put weapons on it. It's the natural progression to put legs on it. I don't mind that. I do like how many crossbone Gundams there are coming out. All the variants of the crossbone. That's because that just feels like a like that's not my favorite series. I have very little to do with that series in general. Um, but I can imagine someone who like really likes uh, the crossbone um, must just be so thrilled. Like imagine if that's like one of your favorite Gundam series, and you're starting to get kits. The legs too far. Okay, yeah, I can understand that, Lashbrook. But yeah, I think that's cool. There's a few kits out there. There's one I forget the name of it, but it looked like I'm gonna look it up real quick. I don't. I'm actually not gonna look it up. But there's one that looks like it was built backwards. Like it looks like stuff on the front should be on the back of the kit. And I don't know. There's something real weird about that I got. I was like, oh, what's that? I don't know. So basically, there's just a bunch of kits that while I'm not going to pre-order them now, I am keeping an eye on them to see when they show up in stores. But I do have a good backlog right now, and I do have. Well, I was supposed to have one thing coming um, off my wish list, but apparently it's undeliverable. So the person who bought it reached out and said, "Hey, I went to buy you this real grade kit, and I got a notice that it was being delivered, and then I got a notice that it is undeliverable, and I'm getting a refund." And that's new. I haven't seen that before, so I don't know what that's going to mean for kits. Uh, but I would say maybe buying stuff on Amazon, probably not necessarily where it was just like taking longer. Now maybe it's starting to be uh, uh, tougher to do. So if you are in the market for model kits, I would say probably start looking at sites that are selling them more than going for like the reputable sites that you know. Uh, like USA Gundam Store or Gundam Planet. I think you're probably going to end up with better luck for with that. Um, I'm trying to find out just for people's edification. Um, I'm trying to find out a good, reputable West Coast based place because Gundam Planet is in New Jersey. USA Gundam Store is based out of Florida. So I am trying to find a West Coast United States company to recommend because that would be nice. I kind of want to get Char's Gundam. I've never built the OG Gundam before, but it's just like that, but red. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. it looked pretty neat. Um, it didn't stand out as a thing that I'm like, oh, I must get. None of these really stood out as a thing that I'm like, oh, I must get these. But that's because, as you know, uh, I've got some of my favorite Gundams coming. Um, Mr. Bob says Gundam Planet is shipping masks with orders of over $50. Yeah, until supplies run out. I don't know if they have yet, but if you spend $50 before shipping, it is before shipping. It is not included on order. Uh, uh, so yeah. So before shipping, if you spend $50 and they still have them available, they will include a mask, which is pretty neat. Um, but yeah, when I ordered from them, uh, I was happy to order from them. When I ordered from them, it was $50 including shipping, and so I did not get a mask, and that's okay. I have masks. Uh, oh, I didn't even take photos of it because it's a bust. I had some old red shirts and tried cutting them up in order to make a Grifter mask. Grifter is a DC character. Originally part of Wildstorm and an Image comic. It's part of Wildcats uh, and is he wears a full face mask, like it's tied here and covers his whole face, and it's a red mask with like black material as well, and then white eye holes. And I was going to make them without the white eye holes because I don't have white mesh to cover it. Um, I had a good color red, cut it up right, kind of measured it. It's adhering the black because what I need is um, what I need is a needle and thread or a sewing machine. I have neither of those things, so I ended up just using I was experimenting with various glues. Uh, even double-sided tape might help, but it's a lot of material. The other thing I'm running into is I'm not great at cutting fabric shirt material properly. Just not good at it. If I had disposable income, I would certainly consider hiring someone because I know quite a few people that are costume designers and creators, and that would be able to nail that mask very easily with reference photos and get me exactly what I want. Um, but this was more of a like, could I do this at home kind of a thing? The answer is no. But it's good to ask that, it's good to ask those questions. As it stands on this stream, we've only ever done one complete freehand build. Uh, Model kit wise, we've done one kit that we made ourselves. We made one of our own Iron Blooded Orphans by kit bashing two kits together. And that was really fun. And that's something I've been thinking about in the future I might do again because it was really cool, especially if I ever get, I keep my eyes peeled for like flash sales or something for like kits that I'm not really interested in the kit itself, but maybe I'm interested to kit bash with it. So I've kind of kept my eyes peeled on stuff for that. I'm always trying to keep my eyes open for that kind of thing. Um, and then, of course, we built a cardboard belt, which was very fun for the cardboard champion. And that was very fun, making a belt out of cardboard and foam core, and kind of making the design and figuring all those things out. And that was very fun. And we've done pumpkins, but I have pondered the idea of doing some crafty stuff here and there. I'm just not particularly a crafty person. I don't have the necessarily the eye for it. Uh, but I do like the idea of experimenting with that and trying some stuff out. I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing some cardboard again, something like that. Uh, yeah, there was always a call for, what if you just like grabbed a bunch of your Legos and just like built a thing? And it's like, yeah, that could be fun. I mean, I did that as a kid, but I would want a little bit of a structure, probably, if I was going to do it uh, as a stream. project. A little bit of that. I don't know. But kit bashing is a thing that I've definitely been contemplating, uh, especially as I said, right now I've got a good backlog, but you never know. Uh, and while I'm currently just sending out kits to people, I'm sending out Lego stuff. Like the end of the month, I'll pick some Lego that I have, either a big P set or two small sets or something like that, and send them out to the subscriber winner, which I always do at the end of every month. Reminder: you always want to be a subscriber at the end of the month so you can get yourself uh, a cool something we built on stream, which in this case will be Lego. Because that way people can pay it forward. I can say like, hey, I can send you a built, or I can disassemble it completely and send that to you, and then you can build it yourself. That is fun to be able to give people the option to do that if they so choose. Uh, Kind of a bummer. This is obviously this is an SD kit, so like there are corners, and there are cut and there are choices made. Only one set of hands, and it is just completely assembled. I don't love that, but it happens. It is what it is. And then of course we got to add some stickers to it because there are stickers involved. Got to put some highlights by adding stickers. So that one goes. That's a circle there and a sticker there. Okay. Actually, I'll put the sticker on and then add the hand to it. So let's do 12 first. Figure out where 12 is. 12 is one of these. Of course, it is a green sticker. Let's see what happens. What happens if a green... Oh, what's going on? There's a hole through it. Ooh, weird. Because it's green. It's a green sticker. Haha, fun with green screens, everybody. Fun with green screens. Green screen fun. Alright, put that there. And 10. Yeah. As I said yesterday, I completed the project that I wanted to do, which was we played Pac-Man 2 on the stream, the New Adventures, which is terrible. It's bad. But we completed it. We got done what we needed to get done with that game, and made it so we could move on with our lives by getting the milk from the cow and bringing that milk home for our baby. Which is good. All right, so this is one of those stickers that wraps around, and then also, so we got to line it up. We're using the geometry of it, and then push it around, line up where we need it, and then try to line this up properly. It's my least favorite ones that you have to really push around, and of course we'll have to do that again on the other side. But yeah, instead of having a gold piece of plastic that this snaps into, we're doing all that definition with our sticker. And that is what happens with HG, and SD. I said HD. This is not high definition. Can talk about, real quick, let me just check one quick thing here. One thing I will say about my day today was that I observed a interesting sight. I think you see people out there. There are people out there that are wearing cloth masks, that are wearing disposable masks, that are wearing just like bandanas or T-shirt fabric, just making doing what they have. There are people out there not wearing masks at all, or wearing them around their necks, or Maybe they got them in their pocket or their bags, but they just don't have them on when they're walking around. But they'll put them on when they, if they come across a store and they get hassled, so they can go into the store. And it's all kinds of, oh boy. But you do see people with masks on out there. And today I saw somebody with a mask, latex gloves, and their shirt said balls. It was a black T-shirt with white lettering, and it just a capital BALLS. It just was a shirt that said balls, and I don't know if this person knows what my head nod indicated to them. If it meant like, yeah, you're wearing a mask, or if it was like balls, you are correct. But balls, they were correct, my friends. I really did feel that shirt. It's just like, yeah, you're right. It is balls. Let's see. What am I going to say? Managed to get everything I needed from the grocery store. I was very happy about that. Occasionally I get a little worried about that. About here's the thing. I'm going out there doing the grocery shopping. I just don't want to have to go again anytime soon. I'll go back, but I would prefer not to go back immediately. I would prefer to have some time before I have to go there again. So it's nice to be able to get everything you need. And then I did. Last time I got delivery of groceries, it came with a box of Steakums. And that was a complete accident. I had not ordered them. It was not a replacement. I just got free Steakums. Well, this time I paid for a box of Steakums and got Steakums on my own. This was my choice. I saw them in the frozen food aisle. I was looking at some frozen stuff to have and saw a box of Steakums and made the call that it was time for Steakums. And I'm happy about that. I am happy with that decision because that was the right decision for me and my family. And by family, I mean just me. I just want to eat Steakums. Did I then go back to buy bread, which I don't make sandwiches much these days. I don't have deli meat. Did I buy bread specifically to make Steakum sandwiches with the Steakums? Yes, I did. Will I use the leftover bread to make grilled cheese sandwiches? Which I will use mayonnaise for? Yes, I will. Y'all, there's been some pushback against mayonnaise. Mayonnaise was the big secret they didn't tell you about that restaurants had been using all this time, but we didn't know about. And then they let us in on it. And people were like, what? And it's like, well, you use mayonnaise instead of butter because you probably don't have room temperature butter. You have cold butter. And it's just going to tear up the bread. But if you use mayonnaise, you get nice even coverage. The burn point is better. And you get a little crispy you can get a little crispy there on it. But it's mostly because it's faster to do mayonnaise. I prefer the taste of it myself over butter. Also, I just don't have butter all the time. Sometimes I don't have butter in the fridge. Sometimes I do. I always seem to have some amount of mayonnaise. So I prefer to do that. But yeah, I'm going to be making some grilled cheese sandwiches with the bread that I bought. The bread I bought mostly for the fact that I have Steakums. And I'm going to make some Steakum sandwiches. I didn't go all out. I didn't go and buy onions and peppers just for my sandwiches. So I will not be doing them that style because that would be a waste because the amount of that I'll use is not enough to justify purchasing purchasing a whole pepper and some onions. So I didn't do that. But I want to make some Steakums. Steakums with a little Old Bay seasoning. Okay, Ig, I like that. I like that. I usually don't add anything to them. I cook the one side, flip it over to cook the other, throw some cheese in there, fold it up in half to let the cheese melt in between the layers, stick that on some bread, cut it up diagonally or into sections, into strips, whatever you want to do. Um, and that's generally how I do it. Uh, Everybody's entitled to their own way, their own style. Uh, some people are gonna shred that cheese and cover the whole thing on there, and then fold it up, or they're gonna fold it up after they take it off the plate and fold it as they're putting it on the bread. Everybody's got their methods. I appreciate. I know some people take that steakum, which has already been reconstituted into its current shape, and cut it all up, and they use the two spatula method and really shred it up. I don't do that, but I appreciate the folks that do. That's them living their lives, doing it how they want to do it, and I can appreciate it, and I applaud it. It's not my style, but it is a style that I do fully support. If you don't know how to steak them are to like steak sandwiches. What chicken nuggets are? Steak 'em is to steak what chicken nuggets are to chicken. It's a bunch of parts reconstituted into a thing. It just so happens that thing is a steak product that is uniformly shaped and feels a little weird and unnatural, but tastes pretty dang good. It is a staple of my childhood. The steakums. My dad always made sure there was a box of steakums in the freezer, ready to go. He was a winter staple in my family. Did not know that my local grocery store had them. I probably would have bought them sooner had I known. I did not know that until recently when it was accidentally delivered to me, to which I was able to enjoy it. I did enjoy it. And then, as I said, today it was time to do my thing. I guess, yeah, we'll talk about this. Harold is now hosting the stream. Thank you very much for the host, Harold. Always appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. As always, my friend. Hey. Let's see. So, well, one thing I will say is food stuff, right? What's going on with Pat and food, right? So, primarily, I eat 2 meals a day with my third meal, which is like a snack meal, which I should change that. I should do 3 meals, and I don't, and I need to, but I don't. Mainly because my third meal is at a bad time. Because I am almost 40 years old. And that does not stop me from doing most of the things I did 20 years ago. Except, I shouldn't be drinking any sort of soda or eating any kind of food. Not just certain types of food, any kind of food. And then like 45 minutes later going to bed. I can't do that. I shouldn't be doing that anymore. It's not good for me, and I should stop doing that. I have not stopped doing that. So I wake up 10 a.m., 9 a.m., depending. Go about my business, get some stuff done, do my thing, depending on the job I've got going on or if I have anything going. Eat some food. My breakfast, lunch, my brunch is generally either liquid eggs, the equivalent of 2 eggs, or 2 eggs, because lately I've not been able to get egg beaters or products similar, so I've been getting whole eggs. 2 eggs, a good hunk of cheese. I don't know exactly how much, but a good hunk. And then usually a half cup of some sort of vegetable. Sometimes that is peppers. Sometimes that is peas. Sometimes that is a mixed frozen thing. I got options, and I'll go for those options. So I'll mix those together into good evening, Dirty. Welcome. Mix that together in a bowl or a measuring cup, measuring bowl or something. Mix that all together with 2 sausage patties, breakfast sausages, frozen breakfast sausages that I microwave, and then dice up and then throw in. And then I make kind of like an omelet, basically. Basically, I make an omelet. Um, get my protein in there, get my meats, get my cheese, get my vegetable. It works out pretty good for me. Maybe not for you. That's me. That's how I like to do it. That's what I'm up to. Um, that's first meal. Then the day happens. Maybe I'll have some nuts here and there. Maybe I'll have some chips. As a snack. I don't really keep cookies in the apartment, but I do. Maybe some cheese and crackers. Uh, Cheddar Triscuits are back out there, which I really like. They are just covered in cheese powder, but I like Cheddar Triscuits. So I got those in the house. Cheddar Triscuits, sometimes you don't even need cheese with those. Just eat them. They're good. That's a good snack. Try to do that. And then lately what I've been trying to do is eat at like 6:30 or 7 at the latest, start at least, to give myself a time to digest my food and to properly enjoy it before a stream starts. Because I don't want to like have the burps or whatever, or indigestion when the stream is going. I would prefer not to do that. That would be nice if I could avoid that while I'm doing this stuff. I got another sticker to put on here, so let's put on a sticker. Dinner stuff changes around. It depends on what I've got in the fridge, what I've got prepared ahead of time. I try to do a lot of meal prep since I'm home. Breaks up the monotony of the day to go and do some meal prep. Been doing so. A thing that I was never good at, and still am not good at, is understanding how much pasta, uncooked pasta, is going to equal how much is for a meal when it's cooked. I've just never been good at that. I've just never been able to do it. And I will admit, it took me a very long time in my life to just go, what if I just make a whole lot of pasta and then put the remaining that I didn't use in Tupperware? Like, I'll make way more than I need, and then I'll just have that, and then I'll check in to make sure that I have enough for my next meal, and if I don't have enough for my next pasta meal, I'll make more pasta right beforehand and use up what I've got in the Tupperware and then add to it with new stuff. So I've been doing that, and that's been very helpful, and it seems incredibly childish that I have not thought of doing that before, but it had not occurred to me. I would just make too much pasta and have a little left over, like some left over, or just say, well, I guess I'm going to eat all of this. I shouldn't, but okay, I guess I'm just going to eat all of this. So, pasta with some sort of meat, chicken, pork, that kind of thing there. Usually a side salad. If I have some chicken, I might do chicken on top of a salad and just make my meal. That's been pretty good on streaming nights because sometimes pasta just hits you pretty hard. And every once in a while, order delivery instead of the food that I have in my house. Maybe because I got a burger craving, or I want to get Chinese food. Maybe I want to leave the apartment and go get some Chinese food, or get delivery. Tuesday night, I got Domino's. I went and picked up Domino's because they've contactless pickup option, where you basically press a button that says "I'm here," and then someone opens the door and says, "What's your name?" And you say your name, and they come back and they open the door and put the food down, and a door stop to keep the door open, and then you go up and get your food and then leave. And it feels weird and feels like you're doing something wrong somehow, but you get your Domino's. But I did that on Tuesday, and if you're wondering, if you didn't see my tweets, I got a medium 2-topping and a cheesy bread, because there is the up to 3 items, I believe, for $5 or $6 each. It's like $6, and you get 2, and you save a bunch of money doing it that way. So I got a medium 2-topping, bacon and onion. The onion absorbs the bacon grease. It's very good. Thin crust, that's the way to go, in my opinion. You can do it how you want to do. And the cheesy bread. And then I ate all of the pizza and most of the cheesy bread, and then saved the rest of the cheesy bread for later at night. Pretend you're holding 2 drumsticks in your hands, and that's how much pasta you should cook. Hold 2 drumsticks. Okay. Yes, you have it like that. Yeah. Well, dirty, one of the issues I run into is I really like rigatoni, and I like ziti. Um, so I don't always eat spaghetti, but that is a good call for spaghetti. Uh, so mostly what I end up doing is I just make too much. Now I make a lot and save it, and then I just put it all in containers of various kinds. Um, and that works out pretty damn good for me. And then late at night, I have some sort of snack while I am decompressing from streaming, or just I've done other things. Did a hangout with people, did whatever I was doing that night. I will have a snack of some sort. Maybe it'll be a steak'em sandwich because I got steak'ems now. Maybe it will be what I buy now is I've been buying 4 packs of the single serving Kraft macaroni and cheese, the microwavable ones. Just add water and stir and powder in after, and you're good to go. I've been picking those up. There's a 4 pack, and just shoving those in the cupboard because, it's nice to have. Uh, and that's basically it. Like I said, I will do takeout, try to support the neighborhood, get something a little different every couple days um, to break up the monotony. Or if I'm like running low on things, but I want to try to grocery shop, less, not all the time because it is an enclosed space and there are a lot of people in there and there's been a lot of people coming through, and so I'm trying to limit the times I'm in a grocery store. So maybe I'll be like, well, I'm out of salad stuff, so I'll get a big side salad. Or I'm going to order pizza. Not pizza, I'm going to order from a pizza place, but I'll get 2 extra chicken rolls and just like get something easy to reheat. Uh, I'm kind of trying to do that now and again. All right. So we got our arms here. Why don't we let's attach our arms. Yeah. Get our arms and a head in, and then we'll do the legs next. The body is, yeah, we have to build the waist too, but we'll just do that. Start to see how this is formed. But yeah, that's kind of my food thing right now. I'm trying to reduce the snacking I do at night, but the thing is, like, if I'm eating dinner at 6:30 or 7, I'm probably not going to bed till 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. Because I'll stream and then I'll do a bunch of other things, and I'm definitely hungry by then. So, uh, the goal is probably to start going to bed sooner. Like maybe I can decompress and by midnight be ready to go to sleep. I'm gonna cough. Hold on. That'd probably be better for me overall. But that's kind of where I'm at. Uh, I'm usually pretty hungry by the time it comes for dinner, which is good. It's good to be hungry by the time it's dinner time. Like I've been trying to do that, so that's been pretty good. But I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm probably due for another Chinese run. I talked about this though. The Chinese place is up. We got a Thai place up. Uh, it's not the same, but I think I'm going to try to get a big container wonton soup from my Chinese place the next time I go. Um, just get a big old container of that, and which will be. It's not the same as soup dumplings. I mean, it's not wontons and dumplings. That's not the same, you know. But uh, I don't know the next time I'm going to get to Dumpling Man. Uh, and there's a dumpling place that I love that is near where I used to work, but I'm not. I do not believe they reopened, so which is a shame. I just want the wonton soup minus the wontons. You just want some chicken broth, some real good chicken, some good stock chicken broth. I understand. Plus some other stuff, but yeah, I get you. I hear ya, dirty. Um, I Yeah, I mean, like, I think I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get like my boneless barbecue spare ribs again, and then just get a big order of wonton soup, and then just have the soup ready to go, and kind of spread it out over a couple servings. I think that is how I want to go about that. That's my plan right now. It's my big food plan. It's light and sometimes all you really need. Yeah, I mean, I like wonton soup. Now and again. It is a style of comfort food that I have grown accustomed to and enjoy. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. I might do that tomorrow. Oh, speaking of tomorrow, uh, let me make sure it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern. Now Tom says 8 p.m. Central because Tom is from Chicago and lives in Chicago. But my good friend Tom Dyke is doing a stream tomorrow that I am taking part in. Um, and I'm going to read the tweet here. Uh, it is going to be at Dyketacular. I'll put the link in here and then I'll mention it a couple times. But I'll host the stream as well, so you'll see that I'm hosting. But Tom Dyke, who has appeared on this stream in the past in my Smack Talk Showdown stream. Uh, uh, oh, Harold's getting a green screen. Hell yeah, Harold! But Tom is doing a thing. Oh, it's at 7 p.m. Central. It's at 8 o'clock. I thought it was later. I'm gonna look this. Uh, okay, yeah. All right. So 8 p.m. Eastern, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I had my times wrong. I'm glad I looked at the tweet. 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Wavelength, the game, the show, the stream. I have never played Wavelength before. I do not know the rules. Tom has turned the game into a game show. He has like gamified a game featuring such wonderful people as Kevin Budnick, who you might know from Improvised Postmortem, and also does stuff for Cards Against Humanity. Myself, Alex Cox. You may know them from Cards Against Humanity and Do by Friday, the podcast. Um, their partner, Matt Cox, who is married to Alex and also does stuff with Two-Headed Girl. I believe that is the name of their podcast. Um, Benjamin Dandy Geek. I do not know Benjamin at all. Molly Lewis, the wonderful Molly Lewis, is going to be there. Molly, if you ever listen to the Friendshipping podcast, you know Molly, or maybe the panelists from Loading Ready Run. Molly rules. Mac, who hosts the. Okay, Benjamin is the other host of the Columboys podcast. Mac used to work for the shipping for Penny Arcade, and now but has podcasts. And Seth Boyer, who is a fantastic, wonderful musician. Seth is just the best, and we're going to be competing and playing a game that, as I said, has some sort of has rules, and Tom is going to modify those rules, and I believe, do not quote me on this, I believe there will be an element where the audience is going to be able to, via donations, affect the outcome of the game. They will be able to, uh, via money, modify some things or change some things. Again, I do not have all the details of that, but I believe there will be some charity aspects as well. Check my email on that. Tom did give me email on that. Yes, we'll be raising money for the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Donations from viewers will affect what cards we play. Great. I still don't know what that means. I'm going to find out tomorrow. But that's tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. And that should be real fun. And I do not know Benjamin, but I have met everyone else who's playing. I think maybe I haven't met Matt. I don't know, but it's going to be fun. And that's exciting because, I mean, hey, Let's have some fun. Let's raise a little money for a food bank in Chicago. That seems cool. And I don't know. I like guesting on things. As I mentioned, June 3rd, I'm going to be guesting on something pretty cool. That's a Wednesday night. Some pretty cool people invited me on their stream. I do not know if I can tell people that I'm going to be doing it or not. I think I'm going to wait closer to the stream date to say like, hey, can I tell people that I'm doing this thing or what? So we'll wait on that. But it'll be pretty cool. When I can say what that is, you'll like it. It'll be fun. Um, Harold, I'm happy you're getting a green screen, buddy. That's cool. It is figuring out chroma and getting your chroma key to work is frustrating. There are a lot of tutorials out there. I would say, like people are going to be able to, especially if you start looking at green screen for streaming. Um, oh, you use your Twitch pad? Heck yeah. Well, speaking of Twitch, like OBS and XSplit. XSplit has a thing where it attempts to it knows you have a green screen and it attempts to chroma you via it on its own, which has better or worse. It's better than what Zoom does, where Zoom tries to do it with any solid color. But you can use filter options in OBS to filter, and then you can just toggle the filters on and off. Webcam 2 here, I can go into my filters, and I can filter my effects. Hey, look, it's my not well ironed green screen because I never bothered to iron it. You want to have even lighting, kind of spread out, a good wash of lighting, which I often have. Oh yeah, I gotta change that back, huh? Change my filter back. Uh, and yeah, it's really annoying, but also it's pretty cool. And I would say like, when I do my game streams, when I do my other streams, and I'm not using my green screen, I just use a black. I just have a black curtain that I use just as a backdrop because it's not distracting. But I would say like any background, like it's fine. It is a cool step. It is a cool thing to have. It allows me to do other things like my green screen project that I did last year, background and characters. I would not have been able to do that without the green screen. It would have seemed very weird for me to do it like that if I didn't have the green screen. But it's just mostly like a cool thing. It's a cool little thing. But congrats on having that. And yeah, really, you don't need a lot, especially if you can zoom in your webcam to just be like you. Like I have a full good curtain for coverage, but you don't really need a lot of it. And yeah, works out pretty good. I mean, yeah, they sell those things that are just like like you just pull it up and then hook it on, and you got your green screen there. And it's like the same backdrop you used for school picture day. It's that kind of thing. Uh, which reminds me, I gotta change. I'm gonna figure that out for fun Zoom calls. But always remember, folks, it's fun to have your background be some random image in a Zoom call, except if it becomes distracting. So, if you don't have good lighting, don't do it. Or do it, but don't do it for super long because people still got to be able to see what's going on with you. And sometimes they can't see what's going on with you because they can't see you because of the silly choice that you made with your backdrop. That being said, in a Zoom call, have I been using the photo of the guy who is looking at a lady and the girl next to him is looking at him like, and I have positioned the photo in the background and myself so it looks like I'm the person that the guy is looking at? Yes, I've done that. And it's great. Have I also used a very high res background that Funimation put out of the exterior of UA, the school from My Hero Academia? Of course I have. I have it, but I haven't used the interior, very nice interior from Fruits Basket. I have that because they put a bunch of stuff you could use that was nice. They're just like, don't use this for commercial prop things, and it's like, yeah, no duh. Um, and I've been using the wrestling background for my intros. This, and I should switch that up. I think I should switch that up at some point. I like it. Uh, but I've been using it for a long time, so maybe it's time. Anyway, it's 10 p.m., so let's take a pause for the cause, folks. We'll talk about anime in a minute, some new anime, and then a show that I goofed on. I should have been watching. Y'all, I should have been watching the show, and I didn't, and I really messed it up. Anyway, pause to the cause. First and foremost, if you're currently a subscriber, let's throw the Baer the Lego, the site, the emote in the chat. Let the people know you're a subscriber. Reminder, if you use Twitch Prime, you have to manually renew that, folks. Don't let it lapse on you. Don't lose your streak. You got to renew that. Or, if you use your cash money, hey, if it's time to renew and you get that notification that you renewed and you could tell us that you renewed, please let us know. It's so nice to see. I appreciate everyone who can subscribe. If you can't subscribe, I understand. I'm going to quickly talk about a few ways that you can support the stream if you are so inclined. You are under no obligation to do so. But if you wanted to, please do, because it would be cool. I have a Discord. Not Discord. I'm talking about my Discord there. I have a Patreon. That's what I wanted to say. I got a Patreon. You can join my Patreon. If you want to support me at the $1, the $3, the $5, the $10, you could do that instead of just doing all this fuss and muss about $5 or Twitch Prime coin, because you linked your Amazon Prime with your Twitch, and now you have a Twitch Prime coin, and it's like free money, and you can give it to me. Don't worry about that stuff. Just, join my Patreon. You could. You don't have to. Also, donations. Like I said, I am replacing this light via donation, the money that goes into my account that goes for kits and equipment, because it is time to replace that light. The lamp is fine, the bulb, I should say, but I do need to replace that. So I have donations, and anything that comes in goes to buying kits. So you could donate if you wanted to. That would be a way to support the channel. You are under no obligation to do any of that. You don't have to spend any money. I have an Amazon wish list. As I said, it's a little dicey right now. On the one hand, it's always dicey to use Amazon, but on the other, right now, seems a little bad. As I said, someone tried to buy me a kit, and it was not deliverable. So they get a refund, and they're going to get me a gift card instead, which is very nice of them. There's a bunch of stuff in my Amazon thing. You buy that, it jumps the line. I do have another kit that I want to build after this. I bought this kit. I don't know when I bought this kit, but it was like maybe January, maybe December. I've had this kit for months and months, and I'm just going to build it. I got a high grade that I'm building next that I'm just going to build. But things that are bought off my wish list or bought with a gift card jump the line, and I build them next. So I have a USA Gundam store. If you want to buy something from USA Gundam store, you can buy a gift card. It's like the wish list, but not. You get the gift card. You get a code in your email. You send me that code. Whisper here on Twitch. DM on Twitter. I buy something. And then it's a fun time and everyone's happy. Or at least I am. Because then I build something that you helped purchase. I really appreciate it. I mentioned my Discord. I got one of those. Jump in my Discord. People post photos of stuff they're working on. Haven't seen stuff in a little bit, y'all. If you've been building anything, you can do that. Oh, Harold just cheered 15. Thank you so much, Harold. Harold is jumping right there in the top of the leaderboard. Bits and coins, always appreciated. Gift subs. Gifting subs is always awesome. You could be one of those people that gifted a sub to somebody and said, hey, now you're a subscriber. And that way, the numbers go up. We stay above 40 subscribers a month, which is the minimum subscriber a month that I would like to have. Is I always like to grow, but 40 is pretty good. You are under no obligation to do any of that stuff. Hey, Pat Bear's Anime Club. I did Pat Bear's Manga Club, and you can watch that here. That is a thing that you can check out. I recommend some manga. I'm going to really quickly check something real quick here. When did I put that up? The 11th, which means yes. Next Pat Bear's Anime Club is next week, the 25th, and I will be talking about anime pet peeves. I will, negative shows are not necessarily the thing that I'm trying to do these days, but I am going to talk next week about some pet peeves out there. Not big things but like small things. Like, hey, what if romance shows where there are a lot of characters interacting with each other, what if it didn't involve teachers so much? It's a big pet peeve of mine. A show that I otherwise really like. We never learn. The worst part of it is the teacher who just needs to be a mess, but not possibly interested in our dude, and that would be great. Going on here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. My video is blurry. I don't know why. But here's a new video for you to watch. Baering the List. I put this out yesterday. I am going to rank every single show that was ever on Toonami. I did. Started with 1997 into 1999, halfway through 1999, basically until we reach the point where Moltar stopped hosting and Tom.1 started hosting. And I'm going to do the rest of 99 to 2000 and through 2001 next, and then 2002 to 2004 after that. I'm ranking every show. Am I ranking movies like the DBZ movies and the VHS home things, which are like 3-episode things of Batman? No, none of that. But if it's an anime and it was on the show and it showed up, I'm going to rank that. So I'm going to even rank like the 2 days that Die Guard was on Toonami during Giant Robot Week. The 2 episodes of Evangelion that aired as part of Toonami, because then eventually it was on Adult Swim, but not Toonami. Yeah, I'm going to get to all of that. Did you know about some of the nonsense shows that were on Toonami in 1997? Y'all know about Cartoon Roulette? Do you know about Johnny Quest? Do you remember that? You might not remember that Johnny Quest was on Cartoon Network's Toonami for years and years. Because it was just supposed to be action stuff. But yeah, I definitively ranking all those shows. So far, no one's been mad at me, but we'll see. Robotech, early on. Halfway through 1999, Ronin Warriors came in. Y'all remember that Powerpuff Girls was a Toonami show? You don't remember that. It wasn't originally. It didn't really make any sense. Didn't need to be there. It was probably a bad idea, but it was there. Especially by the time that Powerpuff Girls showed up on Toonami, we were in the age of the anime takeover, which really kicked off in 2001. Outlaw Star, to me, is the beginning. Like, Tenchi Muyo is definitely a push there. Because Outlaw Star is important. That comes in 2001. That's very important because that is... oh, shit. Did I miss a show? I'm going to have to redo it. I did a video for 99 to 2001, and I missed a show. I did not include a show, so I'm going to have to edit in. I'm going to redo it. That sucks. I shot a video that I'm going to have to reshoot with my green screen, I guess, on Saturday. Anyway, I just noticed now. But yeah, Outlaw Star is important because Outlaw Star is just an okay show, but it is part of the wave of anime that was going to eventually completely and utterly take over. Because by 2001, the only new shows adding Toonami that weren't anime was like Batman Beyond came in. and of course that's important. Um, but it's like, but really, Outlaw Star and the Big O coming in was super important because it was like anime ass anime is here. Like Outlaw Star is today, Outlaw Star would just be like a show I watch and like two other people watch. Let's go back to the building. Let's get back into it. We're going to keep working on here. We're going to talk about new anime in a second, but let me talk about Outlaw Star for a hot second. Outlaw Star today would be a show that I watched that like a couple other people watch, but not really everybody. And it's like, so it'd be like your friend's favorite show, and you were like, the show with the cat girl is your favorite show, and you'd be like, yes. It's like the show with the samurai assassin, and the guy's name is Gene. Be like, yeah, and be like, why? And be like, the ship has hands. You're like, what? It's a cylindrical spaceship that has arms that come out of it to do stuff. Also, it's a love story. And there's an onset episode that will not be in the dub. It is heavily evaluated. And yes, there's a cat girl, and she's awesome and kicks ass. It's a whole thing. The assassin's going to kill the person because she doesn't fail. She's going to kill Jean. But the compromise is that she isn't going to kill... She doesn't decide when she's going to kill Jean. So she's going to hang out. Wait around a bit. See what's up. Which I really just always found that to be a fun, like... Oh, no, I'm going to kill you. Just... They didn't say when I need to do it. So we'll hang out. Outlaw Star. It's got a good opening song. It's a good opening song. But that's really all it's got going for it. It's just fine. I did realize that the Big O. Now I can tell you, my next week's video, I forgot to talk about the Big O. So I might just edit the video that I shot and add in me ranking the Big O. I don't know. Or maybe I'll put it in the O2 ranking. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. It's fine. But I did miss it. I did miss the Big O. I was supposed to put that in there and didn't. Alright, anyway. Anyway, y'all, let's talk about modern anime that came out this week. Tower of God. Ooh, trickery, betrayal, what's going on? We've got friendship and action, and we still have a character who... Y'all, I don't really care about Tower of God. I'm trying to care about this show, and I just don't. I think the character design is really interesting. I put up with the art style. I kind of wanted the story, but I really think that it suffers a lot from the tower. You climb the tower, you kill a bunch of people on the way, you get some powers, you make some deals, you end up on the top of it, you get your wish granted. Some people want to do it. Some people don't know why they're there. Some people have failed, will fail. Some people will betray other people. Some people will quit. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, right? Our dude in there, he doesn't really want to climb the tower so much as he wants to find Rachel. And the thing is, he finds Raquel. He finds her. But she doesn't want to face him. And she certainly didn't think he would show up. But she doesn't want to, like, lose him or betray him. But she did betray him because she wants to follow her dream. But the thing is that she's there, and it just makes every moment of the show feel a little foolish. Because, like, the main motivation of our person is kind of already found. Like, now he's just like, oh, I guess I'll just keep being a nice boy, and I guess I'll keep climbing the tower because the person I think is my, the person that was my everything who left me to go do this thing. I think that's her, but maybe it isn't. So on the off chance it isn't, I guess I'll keep climbing it. It's just like, I don't know. It takes a lot of stakes away from the show, and I'm less into it than I would be otherwise. I like some of the other characters. They've got a whole the main two dudes have a whole Gon and Killua vibe to them, a little Hunter x Hunter vibe that I like. Uh, so I don't hate that. Um, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep going with it. I mean, I probably will because there's just so few shows out there. But it's never a priority. Uh, let's see. What do we got next? Oh, the eighth son. Are you kidding me? Okay, kind of interesting here. So eighth son, overpowered dude. He's a great magician in a world where there aren't a lot of people that are great magicians, but he's not completely like OP. He still runs out of mana. He still needs help from people. We got to see that there's a thing. They get set. He gets set with his party on their first adventuring. So they aged them up some. They got out of school. Now they're aged up even more. It makes it okay for some of the characters to interact because a character who we met when she was 11 is now, I want to say 15 or 16, which is quote unquote better. Ugh, Japan, anime. What are you gonna do? So there's some stuff that's like fun about this episode because they basically get into a dungeon that killed some other people. Hello, Christian. So now they got to get out of that dungeon, and they're doing a pretty good job. But it looks like the people are spreading the idea that he died there because they haven't been back. So politically, they want to spread that idea, and maybe one of his brother's sons will inherit his stuff, which for our dude is probably the best plan. He doesn't want to be a baron. He doesn't want responsibilities. He wants to be an adventurer and see the world. So like the idea that he loses that stuff is probably pretty good, and it will be inherited by his older brother, which is good. So maybe that works out okay if people think that he was killed, but it's that intrigue thing. There's some political intrigue stuff, and it was kind of fun to see the characters kind of step up and do their thing. We got to see Louise, who is probably my favorite minor character in the show. She's the martial arts. She's a with short hair, spunky, fun, loving character that is skilled in the martial arts and has learned. She basically learned how to throw a fireball, and it's an energy, but it's fireball motion. And she learned basically a sonic boom as well, and I can appreciate how that fucking rules. But yeah, she's one of the characters in the show. So like I said, I said this on Twitter. It's tonally all over the place because it sometimes has trouble deciding if he is completely overpowered, like he's able to kill a dragon, but then he like loses a fight to just like a good swordsman because he doesn't have like stamina. So it's kind of all over the place tonally, but it is a decent enough of the modern isekai that's out there, because it does allow the supporting characters to have their moments and to shine, and that's fun. It's like surprisingly entertaining. So it's really good supporting cast that they spend time on. They're not completely useless. And also, it's like 7 episodes. This is Eighth Son. Are you kidding me, Christian? I'm talking about the Eighth Son. Are you kidding me? Because that had new episodes today, or a new episode today. Also, it should be stated, I have my own biases. I have my own opinions on these things. I'm not a big fan of mixing in very obvious CG into your digital animation. And they do that with the dragons, and they did that with the golems in this episode, and I don't love it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I feel like it just is so out of place when the dragons show up. It's probably how they're able to keep doing the episodes because they have an outside studio doing that animation. But I don't really love how it looks. It's a bit distracting, but otherwise, it's a fine enough episode. Um, it did end with them. Cheap CG is so sad. Yeah, I mean, like I always said that like Ari Fuerta has like some of the worst cheap ass CG. Um, Last season, Infinite Dendrogram wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it blended in well enough because it was inside of a video game. So it did blend it pretty well. It did a not terrible job, but I will say for the most part, uh, it is usually like pretty frustrating uh, to see that kind of that CG stuff that just like stands out, just like not looking particularly good. All right, what do you B15? Cool, cool, cool. Where's it? There it is. Uh, let's see. So yeah, it's a fine enough show. Kakushigoto. God damn it. Really making me cry here. They keep teasing me about the end of the show. We keep seeing moments of it. There's a really beautiful little thing where they got a dog and they name the dog. And it's cute. There's some cute stuff with that. And then there's a scene where a young lady's there to see the dog, and we learn she tells the dad that she just moved to town and was so nervous when she arrived that she didn't introduce herself and she didn't make any friends. And then Hime uh, came in and was like talking to her, and it's really nice, and was basically like, "I have a dog." She wanted to tell this person that was her opener. You want to come see my dog, and then the friend is like, "Next time you should come to my place and see my dog." And it's just like Kiba is just a really nice girl, and maybe doesn't even know it, and it's really sweet. And then we learn later that she doesn't invite friends to her birthday parties because like she really likes that her dad and her have a party, just the two of them. And then she says that uh, she hasn't invited anyone to that because, or she doesn't want to go to a party because then she'll feel like she has to invite them to that, and it's a whole thing. And he's like, "No, I'll build a big cake and I'll learn how to cook uh, chicken enough or whatever, and yeah, we'll do the whole thing. Like invite all the people you want, like have your big birthday parties," and kind of get sentimental. There's a thing about the plans. There's a nice little dichotomy between his work as a manga artist and realizing that like you can't plan everything out, and which is definitely in regards to the house that he lived in that was supposed to be him and his wife and their child. Now she passed away. Uh, got a return of the teacher that he learned cooking from. She came back, which was fun. Look, I did not expect this series to be the Gutbuster, but it is affecting. It is an affecting series. It is a very sweet, lovely show that I was pleasantly surprised about. I'm not watching Sing for Me yesterday because I don't need a drama about loss and moving on and being rejected and figuring out and all that kind of stuff and and love triangles and all that. I don't need that. I hear that's good, but that's not a show I want to watch right now. Uh, uh, kind of funny. It says it's funny that he keeps ending up in a harem. Yes, it is the episode where the festival where he inadvertently ends up with all these people is very fun. I do like his relationship with the teacher, with Hime's teacher, because she is aware of his like day job, and also is just a fun character. But yes, outside of probably the high school girl, which is just an unnecessary weird element to it, it's kind of fun. Yeah, no, Christian, it was a thing where early on in the show there was like this hint of we all knew the sadness was there. We kind of understood this is a single father, mother died when the child was young. This is a bummer. Like that was there, and I understood it. But shortly, we've been getting some information the past few episodes over the course of the series that like, oh, in the future, from the time that we're watching, some shit went down, and there's more sadness to come. And I was unprepared for that more sadness to come because I thought the show was a lot more lighthearted than it is. It is very lighthearted, but it is also very bittersweet. And that I'm not against that, but I was surprised by it. But yeah, it's good, y'all. It's good. And now, speaking of good, I really goofed everybody. I do this to myself all the time. I make decisions, like broad decisions about what I like, and then I limit myself, and then I could have been enjoying a show for a very long time, and I wasn't enjoying that show. And that show is Haikyu. I am in season 3, Christian. I have not finished it yet, but I am on my way. I'm kind of savoring the episodes. Hey, this is a real good anime. A real good anime. Uh, it's got great camaraderie. It's got a love for the sport that it is showing. The team dynamic is really fun. The characters that are annoying are enjoyably annoying. There are a ton of one of the things I really like in ensembles is when there are non-main characters, supporting characters who could be their own main character. Like there's like a dude that I'm like, oh, you just seem like you might be a little cooler than the other characters. You could be your own main character. There's some fun, silly moments that I really like, and good interactions between all the different characters that I think is just really well done. It is a pleasurable show to watch. High stakes, but yeah, like I said, plenty of goofy moments in it as well. There's like the nice thing I think is that like almost everybody is a good boy in the show. There are a couple guys who are like weird boys, but they're not like, oh, that guy sucks. He doesn't suck because he's an asshole. He sucks because he has like a high opinion of himself and has a low opinion of the guys that we like. Like he's got oh, he doesn't like the people that we like, so we want to think that he sucks. But he doesn't really suck. And there's one dude who's like, kind of shitty, but he's not like shitty. He's just like weird. Because he's still like a good teammate. I don't know. It's fun. I recommend it. I was just seeing clips of it on YouTube would pop up, in my recommendations, and I was like, oh yeah, that kind of is fun. Maybe I'll check that out someday. I probably won't ever. I don't know. I don't really like sports anime. And then, I don't know. A friend of mine was like, hey, watch this clip. And I watched a clip of the glasses guy, Suki. Like, and it was just one of those things you're just like, him being a dude that like hits that thing and does that thing and has like this big moment, and he reacts. A guy who's like been pretty like, yeah, yeah. Sugima, yes, Christian, thank you. And he has like a big reaction, and that big reaction is felt by a lot of people who also have big reactions about his big reaction, and it's this like chain thing that is very fun. Uh, it is very fucking fun, where it's just like, yeah, his and people reacting to him reacting is just very cool. And I was like, all right, I'll try it. But yeah, I like an underdog story. I like a redemption arc. I like seeing people, try and fail and succeed and go for it. And yeah, there's some silliness. Yeah, yeah. His development has been really interesting to watch over the course of the show. But there are a lot of characters who I'm like, oh yeah. Um, yeah, I think like it's one of those like, yeah, it's like, yeah, he's just got an opinion and he's just going for it, but he can back it up by playing well. Uh, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, I'm into it, y'all. I'm into it. I recommend it. Haikyu. It seems like a very good show. I will be watching more of it as we go. Um, as we go along, especially in this season. I am gonna watch more of what was I gonna say? Oh, I am going to watch more of Konohana Kaiten because that show is very cute and fun. I'm just going to add that into my Sunday, Monday watching because I only have one show to watch. So I'm just going to savor that because it is a very pleasant slice of life. So I'll be adding that and just watching those on Sunday or Monday and talking about them then. And then feel like that was the best way to go because I still have, that way I still have a couple shows because I always have three shows I can talk about on Thursdays, and uh, I'm down to two shows that I can talk about on Saturday. So I might add something in because right now I just have My Next Life as a Villainess and Kaguya-sama come out on Saturday, uh, which it's a bummer. Uh, no, I saw that. I have not read that, Christian. I don't really read a lot of manga that often. I do read, just not that much. I saw the PV for the anime, Jujutsu. Yeah, Jujutsu. Um, but yeah, I'm not. I'm just not a fast reader. I just kind of get in bits and spurts of like, oh, I want to check that out. Oh, I want to read that. It's not really my thing. It's kind of like, but it's been, it looked good. The PV looked cool. Um, I take every announcement for fall anime with a grain of salt right now because who knows? Who knows what's getting done? The main thing is that like in June, a bunch of these shows are going to come back. Maybe, but I don't even know. And the real wonder is if shows are just going to not come back. Nobody really knows. It'll be interesting to see if maybe some shows just don't end up returning. Uh, I think the one I would be the most bummed about is Gal and Dino, followed by Days of Our Diary of Our Days of Breakwater. Because Diary of Our Days of Breakwater, I think, was just starting to find its footing, and I was really enjoying it. But Gal and Dino, like I want to see where that goes, if it goes anywhere. That being delayed now is a bummer. I mean, that's starting this week. But yeah, I just don't have shows to watch on the Friday, Saturday. So now I'm like, all right, maybe I'll add another hit the random button again on Crunchyroll. I do like doing that. That is fun. Uh, all right. Let's see. All right, and all adding our wings. This is for the dragon mode. Not for the dragon mode, and also for when he's wearing dragon armor, which I gotta look up the name of this part. The Dragon Fusion mode. The Dragon Fusion mode. Gallon Dino is so good. I miss it already. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be a while, especially because it does involve, it is a tough thing for it because there's, half of it is done live action. So that does put a wrinkle in things. All right, so basically our kit is done here. We could call this done. I mean, we do have weapons to put on and a shield and all that, but we're like basically body complete. And now we can add in some other stuff. We got to put a shield in, like I said. We got to add some weapons, but pretty cool. But yeah, this is the Gun Dragon mode. Gun Dragon is the next mode that we can build, which transforms into Gundam. Which transforms Gundam into a dragon, I should say. Sorry. Words aren't coming out the way I would like them to. Alright, so let's build a shield. Let's build the... oh yeah, we can also change the eyes. I can show you what that looks like. So we can take the head off here. Pop the helmet off. And then we can take the head, this part of the head off. Here. Flip that around. And then we can flip down. Gonna pop the eyes here. Then we can put the helmet down. Yeah, we got that mode. Looks like that. It's got a cool helmet on. It's pretty neat. I like it. Oops. Alright, so now let's build some weapons for this thing, and then we will transform it. Because we got a gun and a sword, I believe. Oh, here's a fun thing. It dual wields. It can dual wield, and then the guns can combine into a big gun, which is very silly, but I do appreciate. Alright, let's build our shield first. Oh, and the sword also can rest in the shield, which is fun. That's just a fun little thing they can do. We'll just do it like that so you can see what's going on with our friend here. Alright, so let's... there's no detailing on the sword, which is kind of a bummer. The sword is just the sword. No extra pieces there, not even a sticker. It's kind of a bummer, but not the biggest bummer in the world. Alright, so we're going to keep going with the stream, obviously. The plans for tonight, right? We are going to go and raid somebody at the end of the stream. So what we do around here is we do some positivity raids and see what's up with people. So we'll pay it forward by raiding somebody at the end of the stream. That'll be fun. Tomorrow, as I said, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central, I will be joining Tom Dyke and a plethora of fantastic folks at Dyke-tacular to raise a little bit of money and to play a game and hang out. And that should be very fun. I'm going to, tomorrow, learn about the rules of that game. Try that out for size. And what else do I got to do here? Then Saturday, model kit building, as usual. The huge. On Saturday, I'll be filming my Pat Baer's Anime Club Anime Pet Peeves on Saturday, because I usually do it the Saturday before. Let's see what the calendar looks like here. I should do my Q&A video. Yeah, I'll put a thing on tomorrow. And I'll probably also, record my Patreon Q&A video, which I do once a month. $1 $3, $5, and $10. All could check that out. All right, so we put a sticker on here. Obviously, more stickers left here. We got to put the stickers on somewhere. So we'll put some stickers on 19 and 18. Let's see what those are. Oh, yeah. I do think it is odd that we are putting eyes, because this is the dragon head, right? So we got to put eyes on this because it when we transform it, it has to have it doesn't have to, but it does have eyes. So we are putting eyes on a shield, which is a little weird. I think the eyes are just implied in the feet of the two-headed dragon when you transform the Epion. I think it's just implied that those are eyes, those are faces. Whereas this is, because it's cartoony, it's a lot more noticeable. Oops. All right. How's everybody doing out there in chat? Let me know in the chat if there's something you got going on, something you're excited about on a Thursday. Hey, do you got plans for this weekend? Let me know what's going on with y'all. Always nice to hear from y'all as we kind of, ease into the end of the stream, and I am run out of things to say. Let me know how y'all are doing. If there's anything going on, anything you're excited about, weekend plans. Obviously, some people, there is no weekend. Your days off are Tuesday and Wednesday or whatever, or you work every day. You don't got the time to relax and stress and fret. You just got to go for it. I get that. But let me know if you got anything going on. I might rewatch some Haikyu. Hell yeah, Christian. Yeah. I mean, it's good. I'm going to keep watching it. Probably talk about it on Saturday. I guess. Yeah. Talk about it on Saturday. Watch some more tomorrow as I prep while I relax. I am doing way too much image editing for import into Animal Crossing. Hell yeah, Lastbrook, you enjoy that animal. You cross those animals. You have fun. You get your looks. You fill up all your design slots. Tomorrow is my last day of training. Test all morning tomorrow and review answers all afternoon. All right, Dirty. Yeah, getting your training done, getting that going. Reviewing it is important. Making sure you know what's going on. Sure you're feeling ready for it. Good luck to you. Heck yeah. Tomorrow I am cleaning around here. I am packing some things. I am doing some maintenance of things around the apartment. Various things of that task. I have a quick little job I'm doing that shouldn't take too long. Harold says tomorrow is our pre-K virtual award ceremony. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Award those kids. Award and reward. I'm doing a contract gig tomorrow that's only a couple hours. That should be very easy. I'm just on call for fact-checking during a conference call. So they may ask me to look up information or find things or find a video reference in their archives and bring them up and do technical support. And by technical support, they don't think anything's going to wrong, which of course it will. So I will be doing a lot of, okay, well, the audio for Zoom, you got to look in there. Okay, well, what's your thing in there? How far do you have your headphones on? You're not using headphones? Well, that's a prop. Can you get headphones? Cool. Various things like that. It pays pretty good, and it's like 45 minutes of prep work and a couple hours of actual work, so I'll take it. Hoping to do more for them because, as I said, ain't not that challenging. It's something I can do pretty easily and not feel stressed about. So, if I can get that, I'll take that. All right, so we got our dragon head. That's part of a shield, right? Oh, you don't know that this comes off and eventually becomes on the dragon. It does do that. And then gotta do A2 there. Um, but yeah, so tomorrow should be pretty easy. Then, like I said, doing that bonus stream. Ig says, "Oh yeah, Ig and Dirty are talking about their days until retirement. Thousands of days, 1,000 days, 1,000 days." Uh, this is not the right part. This is not the right part. I think I pulled off the wrong. Yes, I did. I don't know what this is for, but I don't need it now. That happens now and again when you're like, oh yeah, this is what I wanted. Nope, it was not. Uh, that. Great. So then we can. Arm goes down. Sword goes. Shield here. And then we can have the sword sticking in there. Short sword lives right there. That's fun and convenient. These things like to pop off, but I understand that. That makes sense. They're meant to move around some, so of course they want to pop off. But yeah. See through it, but good night, Harold. Thanks for being here. I will see you later, my friend. Take it easy. All right, so let's finish the weapons here, and then we'll figure out the transformation and learn that. But let's at least get the guns done here. The flare devices, the GN flare device. 224. This. Oh, so one of them is a flare gun, and one of them is a launcher device, and you can hold them separately. They're different guns. They're not twin guns, but then you can put the flare one in the launcher, and that becomes part of the gun. They're pretty big. That makes some sense. So you can combine them into one big gun. B25, B24, B25. Pretty simple, but they still look pretty cool. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for tomorrow. Being on somebody else's stream, having fun, hanging out, playing some games. As I said, I do need to do a bit of research into how this game that I'm playing is played. That's the goal, is to get my research on, read the rules. He's going to explain it, but still, it's still good to be a little prepared for things when you're performing, and then just retweeting, letting people know that we're doing it, getting it done. Whoops, dropping a piece on the floor, trying to get it. I'm going to use my... Yeah. I used my gong mallet to get what I needed. Good job, gong mallet. Good gong, yeah. Ha ha ha. And goes like this. Aha. Wasn't pushed in all the way. There you go. We did it. We did that part. And then I need 8, 2, 22. Only a few pieces left here, really, so it can only be one of so many pieces, because there's just not much left. And of course, I'll take a photo of it, and then I will take a photo of it, and then we'll transform it into the dragon mode, because you gotta. You gotta. Let's see here. All right. So that's one of our weapons here. Put that there. And you can see, boom, got one gun. But that gun can go into the other one, which we'll build. Real quick here. Just build this all real quick style. Getting together our other guns. Because I do want to transform this, but I also want to take a photo of it. And we've got some time left, but not a lot. But enough. But also, as I said, I did run out of things to say. Which, you know, I'm usually pretty good about being able to, like, have something to talk about and have some stuff, but life is just not really doing a good job of that for me right now. I just don't have, like, a lot going on. So sometimes it is tough to figure out conversation. Try to, but it doesn't always work. All right, so that's our other weapon here. And then we can take this and this goes down. This comes out. It turns. Then this connects there. All right, yeah. Now we get a big old weapon. Now it's combined together. The two of them combined together. So I'm going to take a photo of this. I believe that, yeah, that is it. I'm going to take a photo of this, and then we will, then I will transform it. Ig asked me, Pat, where do you fall on the straw question? Does a straw have one hole or two? So, in my opinion, a straw has one hole because it is a continuous hole from one end of the straw to the other. Now, if an object has a hole, then that is now an object can have multiple holes, but if they go through to the other one in a clean line like that, that's one hole. This peg here, this little piece of connector here, has just one hole because it goes all the way straight through. This has many, many holes because they just go in there. Like, this has 4 holes in the back, right? These are all holes here. There's a bunch of holes in there. There's a bunch of holes here. It's multiple holes. It's just a pit if there's an end. I mean, it is a hole, Ig. But go for holes. They're interconnected. They're journeys, right? They're long things, right? Like, they're multiple holes because it is a bunch of different points of entry and exit that are interconnected. A straw is a tunnel for beverages. I don't know why I acted like that was a big revelation that I just made there, but it's true. A long tunnel, just one big hole. All right, I'm going to take a photo of this, like in this mode, and then we will. It's time to transform this thing into legitimately a dragon mode. The gun dragon, because it's Gundam. So we got to do the gun dragon mode. Generally, these kind of kits have like a couple pages that are in color. It just so happens that all the pages that are in color here are represented in the transform this thing into a dragon mode. So, what do we got to do here? First and foremost, we got to take We'll take the gun off here. Dirty's asking me Slurpee or Icy. I think I'm more of a Slurpee fan myself. I don't mind an Icy, but it's not something that I go and look for. I don't go out of my way to make that happen. That's not something that I'm like, these are my things. All right, so this comes off. These come off. This helmet comes off. The arms don't come off. That was me messing up. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah. I think I like a Slurpee. I'm not a big fan, particularly of either, really, but I think that's what I like more. Getting these legs disconnected sometimes is... There we go. Okay, great. So we took that off. We took his head off, which is a weird thing to say, but that is what we did. We did take his head off. And then that goes like this. These do like to come off very easily, so be careful of that. All right, so these come off, and then they're gonna have us. Oh, we are gonna separate all these parts. Separate all these parts. Taking all this apart. Gotta take a lot of this apart, y'all. All right, we're gonna put the helmet on there. We are going to put the helmet back on, like this. In this mode. Okay. Now, point the toes, or point down like that. These style of like, and then twist it like this. I'm always just like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. Okay. But all right, I'll try. Pull these back, and then pull this back. It's like, what do you want me to do? And then, one thing I do like is this was part of the shoulder armor, and now it is part of the dragon. So that goes in there, and that goes like this, and then these go like this. All right. Heck yeah. We're figuring it out, y'all. We're getting it done. Getting it done in 20 does. All right, and then gonna take. Oh, we gotta take apart so much. These handles for the guns are also elements that we need for this. We got to take those off. You can see you probably could have guessed that these would be important. So that's going to come off. This is going to come off. Of course, we need the head here to get that out. All right, so we did that part. We did that part, and then we take the front gun piece. Oh, and so this gun that we had here is actually like the neck, and these, which were parts of the gun, are the front claws. That is fucking clever. This is surprisingly clever. All these components that have to come together, and then it's the mouth. Oh, that's the mouth. The gun is the front part of the gun is now the mouthpiece. Okay. That's fun. I like that. Can't get this to pop up though. That's fun. Alright, and then that goes on here. And then we just got to build a tail. which covers up the legs. Because right now the legs are just there, dangling. But we got to cover that up by building a tail. Got to flap our tail feathers. This goes here. Oh, we got to put wings on it, obviously. Obviously, it needs wings. What am I even thinking? Of course it has wings. It's a dragon. It's got to have wings. We're going past 11 o'clock, but we're going to finish this up because we finished this kit up. And then this goes down in here. Alright, so now it's got wings. And then all that's left is to take the sword piece here. And then we put the sword underneath the shield, because this is going to be the tail. No sleep till it's finished. Right, Dirty? Well, it would have just been weird if we were like, okay, I built it. Now, on Saturday, I'm going to make it a sword, or make it a dragon. That would have been a weird... I mean, I could have done that, but it would have been weird. Alright, so it's that one here. And then this is going to go into these pegs on the feet. Oh, leg popped off. Gotta fix the leg here. Gotta fix that leg. Okay. Like that. Oop. Come on, legs. Do what you gotta do here. It's not exact science, but it's working out all right. Okay. All right, so that goes like that. Then I've got to fold down, and then this goes in this, and like this. Yeah, we did it. Oh, that's pretty neat. Dragon. I'll pop this up here so you can see it. Dragon. Obviously the green, not great. Dragon. Dragon. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that looks cool. And it also can go on your normal stand. I like dragon form better. Yeah, Christian, I think the dragon form looks like it is just a robot dragon from some anime, and not that it is whereas the other one is like, oh, it's a chibi Gundam, which I like, but like don't like as much as I necessarily think this is just a cool. This just looks like a thing that could be in Zoids, and I'm not against being excited about a Zoid. Yeah, it's got a Zoid look to it. The chaotic century of Zoids. Gotta be real. And then it becomes a dragon. All right. Well, Christian, here's the thing that happened to Zoids. Zoids Wild is a return to form, and that people got bummed out about that. So, look, I don't have time to get into it, but here's what happened with Zoids. There are 2 Zoid series that came to the United States that, and they are, Zoids New Century and Zoids Chaotic Century. Zoids New Century came out in the U.S. first. It is the Racing Series Zoids show. That's the second Zoid series. The first Zoid series, Chaotic Century, is the one that takes place in the past. That's the anime one, where they find a Zoid that seems to have a human personality, or some sort of AI personality, and they're fighting a battle, an ancient war between sides, and some people have magic, and there's like, whatever. That came out second in the U.S., and the third one I'd never seen. And the fourth one is Wild, and that came out pretty recently in Japan. And that's a throwback to the original one, which is the second one in the US market. So basically, they were like, let's take the weird offshoot Zoids and put that out first, and then we'll show the traditional Zoids one. And so it looked like they just took Zoids and added a bunch of anime to it. But in reality, they stripped away a lot of the anime for the sequel, and that is the one that showed up in the U.S. first. Um, and as I said, I don't know the third one. I don't know what the third one did, but the fourth one, which is wild, is the return to form. So it is a return to chaotic century storytelling, um, not new century, which was basically just like a racing series, but with Zoids instead of cars. It is pretty cool. You're not wrong. Zoids is cool. We did one Zoid on here from Wild. There's a Liger. What am I, not going to build a Liger on this stream? Get out of here. Of course I am. Anyway, what's going to happen right now is I'm going to find a stream for us to raid that is cool, somebody nice that I like, um, or respect, but probably both. Um, we'll go and see somebody's doing something, and we'll go check out what they're doing and have fun. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Kate, the wonderful Kate Stark, is playing Animal Crossing, doing stuff in Animal Crossing. Of course, we're going to go hang out here. New Century was on Toonami. Yes, Dirty, both New Century and Chaotic. I believe Chaotic Century was later, towards the end, but yes, they were both on Toonami. All right, so we're going to go raid Kate. She's the doggone best, so we're going to go see what's going on with her. Thank you all so much for watching the stream. I hope you have a great rest of your night. If you feel like coming along on our raid, please do. If you don't want to raid, don't worry about it. Oh, I'm going to hit a gong as I get ready for the raid, because I do see that Ig wants me to hit that gong. So I'm going to hit the gong, and then let's go raid. And if you don't feel like coming along, you don't have to. It's okay. Have a good night, everybody. And I'll see you on the next Build with Baer. Streaming with Tom tomorrow. Streaming my own on Saturday. Bye-bye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.